It's time for the Cooper Group's road trip. We're traveling in a brand new 2008 Kia Spectra, courtesy of Cooper Kia. This week we return to Lyons Falls. Lyonsdale and Lyons Falls were named after the area's founder and major benefactors, the Lyon family. Lyman R. Lyon, one of the pioneers of Lewis County, had 3 daughters. 2 of his daughters built grand homes side by side connected by a bridge on Gregg Street. Florence Lyon Merriam's home, called Florissant, is now the Mansion Bed and Breakfast. Mary Lyon Fisher's home, The Pines, is on the Historic Register. Other buildings on the Historic Register in Lyons Falls are the Gould Mansion Complex and the beautiful Forest Presbyterian Church. The church was dedicated in 1894, and the treasurer, G.H.P. Gould, announced that the church had raised the $6,549 needed and was debt-free. The bell donated by Lyman R. Lyon and the stained glass windows from the original 1854 church were installed in the new church. On our visit, we met GHP's great-granddaughter, Jane Allen, whose grandmother donated the organ that is still played in the church today.
When you're in Lyons Falls, stop into the Forest Presbyterian Church and look at the ceiling, because the pastor described it very well as looking like an inverted boat. And then look also at the ironwork that there is up toward the ceiling. And then look behind you at the round stained glass window that, to describe it is difficult, but it's this beautiful orangish yellow color. It's a rose style of stained glass. To the right, as you're inside the church, if you take a close look, the walls move up so that the church can be increased in size for weddings and the like.
Just trying to find my way back home. Just trying to find my way back home. Just trying to find my way back home. Just trying to find my way back home.
Behind me is a mountain of wood chips. They are burned here in Lyons Falls and create enough electrical energy to supply every household in all of Lewis County.
This is Lyonsdale Biomass, and it's been here 17 years. Energy is made by burning wood chips. The wood chips are burned to heat water. The water boils off, and in the form of steam, the steam spins a turbine, which in turn spins a generator. We make 19 megawatts per hour, 456 megawatt hours per day, and that's about enough to power all the homes in Lewis County. Well, we're located in Lyonsdale because there's a lot of trees around. There's water as a source of makeup to our boiler, and we sell steam to Burroughs Paper Company, so it's a good relationship that we have with them. The power that we generate offsets the use of 17 million gallons of oil every year.
At the end of a dusty road stands a young man all alone.
When you're in Lyons Falls, stop into the Falls Pharmacy and walk to the back, because at the back of the pharmacy is a little door that goes into a museum, and this museum has items from an old-fashioned pharmacy. And I'm really beginning to feel old because the things in here remind me of my younger days. For example, Ipana toothpaste with chlorophyll, which I hadn't remembered for quite some time. And then over here is what I came to a drugstore for. It was the cherry juice that was put into Coke, so I could have a cherry Coke at the counter in the drugstore.
I look through the iron bars and the dusty railroad track. Close my eyes when I hear the wheels clickety-clack.
We are here in the center of Center Street in Lyons Falls, in front of Doherty's Restaurant. I've been coming to Doherty's since it opened way back in the 1970s. It was owned then by some shirt-tail relatives of mine, my wife's cousin Annie Doherty and Terry Doherty. The food back then was fantastic, and it still is. Everything is homemade, literally. They cut up the potatoes, they slice up the strawberries. So let's go in and find out more about it. This is the hub of activity in Lyons Falls. Come here and you'll find all the locals gathering and having some of the fantastic food here. I had their strawberry shortcake, a sure sign of summer, and it was made with fresh strawberries and homemade biscuit. You come here today, if they have it, order it. If you come in and order any entree, you'll also be given a free muffin as dessert. This one here is a homemade blueberry muffin. Across from Dorothy's on Center Street is Cataldo's Electric Guns and Ammunition Store. And walking in, I couldn't help but notice what was in the window here. It's an old-fashioned washer and dryer made by the Savage Arms Corporation in Utica, New York. I'm told it's some 80 to 90 years old. Step inside and you will find everything from hunting supplies to washing machines, refrigerators, and stoves.
To see what we can see, traveling round the Mohawk Valley. Let's see what we can see. It's time for the Cooper Group's road trip. It's time for